Namaskar and a very good evening to all the viewers watching NCERT's live and interactive program. I am Shivani Jha and you have all connected with us through PMA Vidya channel number 6, 9 and 12. Besides this, you can also connect with us on our official YouTube handles that goes by the name NCERT Official and NCERT PMA Vidya class 6, 9 and 12. Well, let me apprise you all, this is our special program on school leadership development for Viksit Bharat at 2047. And this session is brought to you by NCSL and NIEPA, and the topic that we have taken up today for this entire session is really very important. So the topic for today is leading school transformation of a GHSS in Nagaland, that is initiatives of a school leader. Yes, and to delve deeper into this entire topic, we are also joined by our esteemed experts. So let me introduce to them first. Firstly, we are joined by our faculty member, Dr. Gyaneshwari Longcham. Ma'am, namaskar and welcome to our session.
Namaskar, Shivan. Thank you so much.
Let me tell our viewers, ma'am is assistant professor at NCSL NIEPA. And along with ma'am, we are also joined by our guest speaker, Miss Isiteulie Zeliang. Ma'am is principal at Government Higher Secondary School, Niuland, Nagaland. Ma'am, namaskar and welcome to our session. Okay, and dear viewers and our learners, in case if you have any queries or doubt or any feedback you want to share with us, you can connect with us via phone or our email ID. Our phone number is flashing on your screen, which is 8800440559, and our email ID is dth.class12@cit.nic.in. And as you all know, this session of ours is live and interactive, so you can also drop your comments, your queries or your feedbacks in the live chat box option. And now we are starting our session regarding today's topic. And firstly, I would like to ask Gyaneshwari ma'am. Ma'am, please share the theme of the session today and what are we going to talk about today?
Yes, Shivani. As mentioned in today's theme, we have got a leading school transformation of a government higher secondary school in Nagaland, initiatives of a school leader.
Yes.
Now, National Education Policy 2020 also emphasizes on the critical role of a school leader in transforming the education landscape, going forward from the traditional practices and adopting innovative approaches. And we also believe that the school leaders are drivers of change in transforming schools.
Yes.
And then because school leadership is second only to classroom teaching. And today we are so proud to have with us a school head from Nagaland who has done a lot of work and has been preparing students for the future by creating a positive school culture in her school. And so we will love to hear more from her.
Exactly, ma'am, very well said. And we all know school leader play a vital role for the holistic development of a child or the children, we can say, in a school. So here we are going to learn more about school leader. We are going to talk about on the state of Nagaland. And here I would like to ask you, ma'am, Miss Isiteulie Zeliang. Ma'am, please give us brief insight about your school. Plus, what is the context and geography of your school? So could you please brief us about that?
Yes, ma'am. My school is located in a small town. Even though it is a town, it is located in rural areas, surrounded by different villages, and students come from different villages to study in my schools. There are around 241 students and also 25 teachers at the moment, ma'am.
Okay, so we can also see the slides on the screen, right, ma'am?
Yes.
So, do you want to share something about the ma'am school?
Exactly. As we seen in the slide over here, it's a school's picture.
Yes.
And so, ma'am, I would like to know about the vision and the mission of your school, and like what is so different about your school from the other schools in your locality.
Yes, ma'am. The vision of my school is to become a model school with academic excellence. Our mission is to mold the students into a responsible human being who can be an asset in the society, someone who promotes peace and cares for the environment. My school is different from other school in the sense that our school is located in rural area. Different kinds of students come to study, and it is the only higher secondary school in the district. By the way, Niuland district is newly created, and so it is the only higher secondary school in Niuland. Therefore, we have to accept all kinds of students. It doesn't matter whether they are bright or dull, they are repeaters or not. We accept all kinds of students in our school, and our school is a place where many students who might have dropped out find support and encouragement. And in spite of this, we have been producing fairly good results, and the results are improving by the year. For instance, this year in class 12, out of the 38 students appeared, 37 passed. We also take our students' problem as our own. We try to understand the problem and deal with it accordingly. Having said that, we extend every possible help to our students to solve their problem. For example, recently we found that one student is being very irregular in the school, so I summoned him and reasoned with him, counseled him, and I found out that because his two-wheelers broke down, he was unable to attend the school. So we discussed with the teachers, we sit together and discussed, and then the teachers, they volunteered to drop the students, pick the students and drop him back to his house since they ply on the same road. Likewise, we cannot be very strict, but at the same time, we cannot be very lenient to compromise the quality of education. In a way, we have to use our own wisdom and deal with each student accordingly. And there are also instances where teachers are helping the students even after passing out their class 12. Our teachers continues to give support to students. Most of our students, they go and study in Dimapur, which is the nearest city from Niuland. Niuland is 1 hour drive from Dimapur, by the way, and most of our students, they go and join college in Dimapur. And since most of our students resides there and commute from Dimapur, they help the students in seeking the admission, guide them, and some even find ways to support them financially. Another thing that my school stands out is the close coordination we have among the colleagues. My teachers and staff, they're very supportive of me and extend their full cooperation.
This is about what ma'am has done about the diverse needs of the learners for the schools or the students. So ma'am has worked for that, for the better outcomes, learning outcomes of the students. Before we further dive into it, I would like to show a short video of the ma'am's school. We can have a look.
Sure. Isiteulie Zeliang. I'm the principal of Government Higher Secondary School, Niuland, Nagaland. My school is established in the year 1975. It has been upgraded to higher secondary school in 2007. This is a co-ed school, and we have around 250 students at the moment. This is the higher secondary block, as you can see, and this is the high school block, the main school block, and actually we have quite a huge area in our school, but new school building construction is going on, and hence the area has been barricaded for the time being. Okay, this is what was the problem?
Yes, ma'am.
This is our electronic students.
One word was not.
They are helping in fixing the switchboard in the classroom. They find the course and then they are like fixing the switchboard in the classroom.
And what about this, ma'am?
This is a traditional song sang by the students. We have incorporated traditional songs and games in our annual day. And then this is, yes, a traditional song about festival of the Sumi tribe, where they had bounty harvest. The song is about that.
So it's incorporating all the learning, academics as well as traditional.
Exactly, ma'am. This is the main.
This is a part of the. Yes, this is a part of the entrepreneurship development program in our school. The students are asked to produce some innovative ideas, to come up with some innovative ideas. And this group of students, they have come up with, they made bamboo pen, and then they are explaining how they made the pen.
Nature's bounty is being utilized in a perfect way in the school academic development.
This is also another traditional game incorporated on Cultural Day and Annual Day. The students are, jumping, and this is a competition of traditional game, touching their buttock with their heel.
It's like physical fitness is part of school tradition, ma'am. Ma'am, regarding this, I would like to also know the various initiatives that you have taken up in your school and how you have been able to transform the school so that the students' learning outcomes can be achieved at the maximum. Along with the academics, you have inculcated the sports, the awareness drives, and all the initiatives that you have taken up, ma'am. We would like you to share with us.
Yes, capacity building program for the teachers was conducted. We felt the need to reignite and refresh their mind, reignite their passion in teaching. And we invited a resource person from the SLA, who is also a friend of mine. And then we had this one-day session. In order to let the teachers have healthy competition, best performing teachers are also recognized and give rewards in the form of cash or kinds. As a token of appreciation on Teachers' Day, we also recognize the class teachers, as they have been, they had to do a lot of extra work for the school. We try to acknowledge their hard work. To carry out various kinds of extracurricular activities, teachers are given different roles and responsibilities. We have formed different committees, and then like cultural committee, literary committee. We have teacher in charge for cleanliness drive, and all the teachers are given tasks. They are assigned tasks to carry out the programs. We have sports committee who plans for sports and carry out the sports activities. Likewise, clear-cut task is also given to the MTS, and even to students. Responsibilities are assigned. So this is a cleanliness drive in the school, participated by the teachers and the students.
Ma'am, I would like to know about this book donation drive that you have got initiative along with the teacher development program that you have done. As we see in the slide over the book donation drive, when I was going through it, it was very innovative practices that you have done in this. Please, I would like to know more about this book donation drive. What prompted you to start this drive, and how the children responded to your query about it? I would like to know, ma'am.
Yes, we do have a book corner in our school, but the books are not enough. So we decided that we will go for a book donation drive in order to encourage reading habits to the students and also to widen their knowledge. And this book drive has been a very successful one. We got books from teachers, communities, well-wishers, and so on. So it was a very successful initiative. Even some students, they came forward to donate, books to the, reading corner of the school.
That's lovely. Here in the slide we can see about the vocational education which is part of your school. Can you explain about this, ma'am? I can see that the students are fixing the electric switches and as a part of their curriculum. How are they able to, do you have any support from the old staff? How do you proceed for this, ma'am?
They have it in their syllabus of all this, and then with the guidance of the teachers, whenever there is a small repairings to be done, the students, they come forward and fix the fans or the switchboard and so on.
All right. Ma'am, can you share about the drive that you had initiated about the cyber security among the students? You mentioned to us about how did you encourage it and the community participation in part of these awareness drive, whether it be the fund drive or the cyber crime security drive, or we have got the tree plantation drive. In here, all this, how is the community participation has helped in the development of your school, ma'am?
Community participation is mainly through the SMDC members. We try to involve them in our school activities, especially during the cultural day and annual day. We invite them as, to deliver short speech, to say a prayer, and so on. And we also involve the community in minor school infrastructure development. It is through their help, it is through their contacts, we contact our local MLAs or other authorities to bring infrastructure development to our school. For example, through the initiative of the SMDC, we approached the PhD department, and then the school students' toilet was constructed. This is another dug well where, one of our local contractors, he constructed this dug well for the students. The school was having drinking water supply problem. Even though we had water supply from PhD, it is not potable. However, with the newly dug well, now we can provide drinking water to the students.
We can see NSS activities over here, ma'am.
This is an activity of the NSS and Eco Club in the school. The NSS, they went for cleanliness drive in the town, and they have collected plastics and other, wrappers, waste to clean the town, as you can see in the picture. And also the Eco Club planting trees, as you see in the picture.
Now, along with the academics, ma'am has inculcated sports activities even. So how is the sports development? Because in your state, how is the sports inculcated in your along with the academics, ma'am?
Sports is an integral part of the extracurricular activities in the school. So teachers are given in charge to carry out these activities, and the students, they, education is an all-round development. So to stay fit and healthy, sports activities are carried out.
So various co-curricular activities like Children's Day celebration we can see in the slides over here. And we have got, as mentioned over here, traditional grain competitions, then celebration of the cultural day. So ma'am, as a school leader, we are faced with many challenges in the journey of a school leader. So what are the initiatives that ma'am has taken up along with the how to face the challenges, and what kind of different means and ways you adopted to overcome those challenges as a school leader in your school? What were the challenges you faced, and you try to overcome them. Can you share a bit more about that?
Yes. Most of the students are from economically backward family. Most of them, they don't even live with their parents, but they live with their relatives, and or they are as house help. So there are challenges of students being irregular. There are students indiscipline, lack of basic knowledge, lack of interest in studies, and lack of timing, and so on. In order to solve the attendance problem, we have come up with a monthly attendance monitoring system. Every month, the teachers submit attendance report to me, and I used to summon the irregular students. I used to give them counseling and try to understand the reasons behind of the irregularities, and then give them warning as well. If they continue to be irregular, their parents are also summoned, and then I try to reason with the parents, try to make them understand the importance of being regular in the school. And then there are at times the parents are unaware of the absentees of their wards in the school. And in case of some parents unable to turn up to school, we call them up over the phone and we inform them about the irregularities, and we tell them about the problem. We discuss about the problems and try to solve the problems together. There are also some students who are not in a position to even buy textbooks. So what we did this year was that we collected some used textbooks from the seniors, even from other schools, and then we distributed it to the students. And especially for the lower class up to class 8, sometimes the textbook arrived a little late. So in order to solve the problem, we used to collect used textbook at the end of the academic session, and then we redistribute this textbook to the next batch. And some students, they used to say that they don't have enough time to study at home. So we also keep study time in the school, especially during the exam season. Before the exam starts, half an hour, or even on the eve of exams, like 2-3 weeks ahead of exams, we used to give 2-3 periods as study time in the school, so that they'll be able to prepare for the exams.
Okay, so ma'am, you shared a lot of initiatives you are running in your school, and as we all know, this session of ours is basically for school leaders. So I would like to ask you, and I would like to know that according to you, what are the characteristics of an effective school leader? So what you want to say in this?
Yes.
Yes.
A school leader, an effective school leader, should have a clear vision and be able to communicate it to all the stakeholders. An effective leader should be accountable, have integrity, lead by example. We should preach what we practice.
Okay.
An effective leader should know the strengths and weaknesses of the staffs and assign tasks accordingly. Yes. And also, yes, we should be open to positive criticism and also take suggestions from our colleagues. And building a very good rapport with our colleagues goes a long way in garnering their support and coordination.
And ma'am, could you please also tell us what were the struggles or obstacles you found during this entire journey of your school leader? Any obstacle or any struggle you have faced?
Yes, basically when we join the new school, there used to be resistance, and even if not a new school, there will always be some resistance of change. So I did face some resistance from some corners, like the teachers, some teachers. But then after we reason with them, we sit down and talk with them, we overcome the problem.
So very lovely. To overcome the problem, there is a proper association with all the parents,
Exactly.
the teachers and the students. Ma'am, I would also like to know about, as a school leader, you have worked for the upliftment of your students and so how do you engage your community as a whole with the students? How do you engage them say maybe the fund drive you mentioned about, the awareness campaigns you talk about? So how did you manage to pull all together for a successful school, ma'am?
I did not get the question.
Oh, what I'm trying to say is that as a school leader, you have faced many issues, many obstacles in your journey, but you have been able to capture all of them all together for the upliftment of your school. So, what kind of community engagements? How did you bring the parents to the school? All this journey up to this, all the challenges you have faced. We would like to know more about it, ma'am.
Yes. So when they understand that we are committed, and that this is for a positive change, then they also join the wagon.
Okay, so ma'am, can you also share some more insights over entrepreneurship activities as you mentioned earlier in your PPT? So can we know that about also?
This is regarding the bamboo pen
Yes,
and
yes.
the
Exactly.
drive that ma'am
Exactly.
has sent.
This Entrepreneurship Development Center is actually it's an initiative of the YouthNet in collaboration with the Department of Commerce and Industry. So the students are allowed to, they are encouraged to come up with innovative ideas to create on their own and to become an entrepreneur. So as you see in the slide, some students, they created bamboo candles, and there are some students who created bamboo candle stands. Some students created bamboo cups and so on. And the best team has been awarded.
It's a kind
So
of
this is all about to encourage innovative ideas and to become an entrepreneur in the future.
preparing children for the future. That's basic.
Exactly.
And I'm very much very like the idea of the bamboo pen and then the bamboo candle stand, which is like a innovation fair. This is very sort of very creative. I would like to say in that.
Right. And main thing, we all see in today's era, entrepreneurship is the most option career option for all the students among today's generation. So this idea is really appreciable, ma'am, in your school which you hosted. And here last we would like to know from you, what message do you want to give to your fellow school leader or our educators who are watching us now? Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Yes. Yes. I would like to say that no school is perfect, and there is no school without challenges. But it takes a willing heart and a commitment to bring positive transformation in the school. The transformation may not be visible at one go, as changes take time. like my school, the school is gradually changing. There will always be resistance also, and there will always be someone to oppose you. We may not always get 100% support, but if we are committed to the work and if we are willing to bring change, if we work with the willing ones, seeing the positive change, gradually everyone joins the majority, the bandwagon. So being open to positive criticism, developing a congenial relation with the staff is very important.
So here, ma'am, we all know in the areas related to Northeast. So how did you manage to take your school to new heights in the Northeast area like Nagaland? So can we know about that?
Yes, through the hard work of my teachers and support, we also try to encourage to encourage the students to be at par with other areas of Nagaland. So in order to encourage them, we also do recognition, awards, and so on. We also conduct morning assembly so that moral values will be inculcated.
So, ma'am, here we are talking about supporting the teacher federation development along for that for the students' development also. And then, ma'am, here for the students' academic achievement, what kind of initiatives have you taken so that their academic achievement can be improved along with through the students, through the teachers? How do you manage to bring their academic achievement to the fore?
I think everything is interconnected. There is no like specific program or as such, but then when when we work holistic, when we try to work on holistic development, like by disciplining them, it also contributes in their academic performance.
Okay, so that initiative was very wonderful, ma'am. And is there any different or unique initiative which you hosted in your school? So can you also share about that, ma'am? Like any other initiative?
So, one of the initiatives that I have also initiated is that we emphasize on cleanliness in the school. So we ask the students to take turn and sweep their classroom. This system has been in place now that they do it taking turns in roster system. Now they do it on their own without supervision or monitoring also. Then we have also introduced NSS in the school last year. We need dirtier hands and a cleaner mind.
Ma'am, we talk about the various awareness programs that you had started in your schools regarding starting from the tree plantation, the green drive, or we have got the sensitization on the cybercrime as you mentioned. And then there is a particular kind of effort that you have taken regarding the awareness about substance abuse in the school. So how have you tried to bring this awareness to amongst us in the school?
Yes, at the moment, drug abuse is a menace in the society among the younger generation. So, if they are sensitized about the ill effect of substance abuse, then they will become an informed individual and that they will not fall into the traps. So, we organize awareness program on drug abuse. We invite experts from the medical department. We also organized sensitization on ill effects of tobacco. That also we invited resource person, and then we also had cyber crime, sensitization, where the police department, they came and took the session. We had a sensitization program on HIV/AIDS. We invited personals from the doctors from the medical department, and then we organized those programs. Career guidance is also being provided, and now fortunately the department has incorporated this career guidance program in the school for class 9, 10, and also 11 and 12 students. This is provided so that students are able to choose the career paths according to their, knowing their aptitudes and their interest.
That's very interesting, ma'am. Ma'am, you talk about the introduction of the monthly attendance monitoring system. Now, how did you come up with this idea of having this system introduced, and how the intervention has helped the students along with the development of the school?
Yes, students' attendance was very poor. Like every day in a class, every day like 20% of the students, 10% of the students were found absent. So in spite of the verbal, communication, verbal warning, general verbal warning given, the students keeps on, being irregular in the class. So somehow I have come up with this idea that I will take the report of the students' attendance every month, and then from the class teachers, and then we single out the irregular students, not generalize everyone, but we selected the most irregular students, say students who is absent for 3 or more days in the month, they were summoned. And then we try to make them understand the importance of irregularities in the school, because unless they are present in the school, unless they listen to the teachers teaching, unless they come to school, they cannot learn. So after this intervention, I found that students' attendance has been greatly improved.
Okay, so with this system, you are able to improve the attendance system of the student. So this has helped you even to the students who used to bunk the classes. So you said that you have now they used to jump, to bunk the classes, they jump the wall, and so you have been able to stop this also, even, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Fortunately, now the same thing is happen with those students who bunk the class. I used to summon them to my office and give them personal counseling, sometimes along with the class teacher. And so in that way, this practice has also been greatly reduced. Now, fortunately, there is no students who jump out of the wall anymore.
Okay,
and
yes.
I especially also like the idea that ma'am is recognizing those meritorious students.
Right.
It gives a motivation for them even to study more. Even not only the students, Shivani, ma'am has even done for even the teachers also.
Exactly.
This has helped a lot, I think, ma'am. Can you say more about that? How you've been able to motivate the students as well as the teachers to work for the well-being, for the learning outcomes of the students?
Yes, ma'am. Right after result declaration of the board, after the board result, we used to have felicitation program, and meritorious students are being recognized, and school toppers are recognized and give awards in cash or in kinds. And for the school toppers, I used to promise them in advance. So in that way, we keep our promise, and we used to award them. We used to give them award and recognize. We invite the SMDC members in these programs also, and also in order to motivate the teachers, we recognize the best performing teachers on Teachers' Day.
Exactly, Zeliang ma'am, very beautiful said. And we all know your journey in school was remarkable, and the way you stood out with among teachers and as well as students is really very inspiring. And yes, also your initiatives deserve appreciation, like you talked about entrepreneurship activities, book donation drive, traditional songs, and also sports activities. It was all very wonderful to know.
Holistic development,
yes, exactly, for the overall holistic development of children. And here, as ma'am, we are left with a very limited time, so we have to wrap up this session for now. So firstly, I would like to thank our guest, Miss Zeliang ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us today for this wonderful session.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful opportunity for me. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And along with our guest speaker, I would also like to thank our faculty, Dr. Gyaneshwari Longjam, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us today for this session.
So much.
And yes, dear viewers, I would also like to thank all of you for joining us till last. And here, I would like to give you a very important information, that is the new NCERT textbook for grade 4 and 7th are now available on NCERT, Amazon, and also on our official NCERT website. So please grab it on. And before I leave, please have a look on our screen for our tomorrow's upcoming program. So tomorrow at 8 AM, you can join us on channel number 6 to 12 for the program of yoga, and the topic for tomorrow will be yoga for sciatica. After that, followed by 2 to 3 PM, you can join us on channel number 11 for the subject economics, and after that, followed by 3 to 4 PM, you can join us on channel number 12 for the subject of history. So this is all about our today's program. Thank you so much everyone for joining us, and namaskar.